Good morning. And what a lovely morning it is. So I did what I said I was going to do yesterday, somewhere in that 30-minute rant about everything. I went back and it's worse than I thought, to be honest. So this is the coffee that I was talking about that was at Fresh Time. Backroom Coffee Roasters. I bought 2 bags just so I could get a fair comparison, and we're going to start out with these dates here. So I want you to take a look. Roasted on July 27th, 2021. There was one that was in August, but I searched a little bit further back, and there it is, July 27th, 2021. I tried to get the exact same roast, everything, to run a comparison on the taste and everything. And the closest that I got with this particular roast was November 15th, 2022, which is not bad. What's really funny is this is sitting there, and then there are other roasts being brought into that kiosk that were roasted last week or week before last. So maybe they just have a Colombian that comes through. Well, no, that doesn't even make any sense. I was about to make an excuse for them, but there's honestly no excuse. If they're still in there refreshing the kiosk, they don't go through every bit of coffee that's there and pull out something that was made in 2021. This was freshly roasted at one point. I will say, though, this is what you want to see. You don't want to see Best Buy. Of course, in the case of this, might have helped a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do an AeroPress. I'm going to do the James Hoffman method for AeroPress. That will be 200 grams of water to 11 grams of coffee. And we're going to do it in the AeroPress because that's down fast and dirty. I'm going to put them, I found these cute little glasses. So we're going to taste, I'm going to taste from these glasses. I'm going to AeroPress into these glasses because that don't work. So I'm going to do each one in different glasses, and then I'm going to pour the glasses into here. We're going to take a look at how they look, and then I'm going to taste them. And I'm going to do it the exact same way. Same grind size, which is medium fine. I'm going to do AeroPress the exact same way, exact same weight, exact same time, method, all of that, to give this a fair shake. And what we need to do now is we need to understand that I'm doing this, and you're going to have to take my word for it. And that can be difficult. However, you're watching this video, and I would assume you've been watching every video that I've put out so far with this morning coffee thing, so I don't know exactly why you wouldn't trust what I'm saying. But I am just saying that this is me, and you're going to have to take my word for it. So there is a chance, however light or weird it might be due to how freshness works, they may not taste any different. Then again, they also may not taste any different to me, which is also very possible because, again, like I said, not a refined palate. Although I will say I have been doing this long enough. I mean, I was making coffee for a couple of years now, but I've only really just gotten into it and this deeply, and started filming it as this morning therapy. So we'll see. I'm making excuses. I'm trying to prep you for what might be a complete and total non-event. But what I'm going to do is, and I've thought about this really, really hard. I think I want to start with what they may feel and now I'm going back in my head and I'm wondering if I should. I wonder if I should start with the closest to, because I went through all of the coffee, and this is the closest to today I found in this Colombian roast. And it was the Colombian roasts that I just went through it and looked one day, and it's like, why does this say 2021 on it? The rest of them were fairly up to date. Most of them are up to August 2022, that kind of a thing. To have it sit this long in a kiosk that's featured in that kind of course, the way when I walk by the coffee that they've got in their tubes that you put a bag under and you collect, a lot of that's seeing a lot of moisture, and it doesn't look great. Would not recommend, personally. Anyhow, that's heating up. Let's get to smelling. So I'm going to start with the the one that is probably best representative of how it should be. So, and it's completely sealed. Okay, normal. Smells nice. Nice, nice medium roasted scent, and you can kind of see where it is. These values are strange, except for the roast. It's a medium between dark and light. The body is near full. The acidity is high, which is kind of weird for a medium roast. The notes here are chocolate, lemon, faint traces of mint, butterscotch smooth, creamy and syrupy. That's a lot of promises. I mean, we'll see when we blitz it up and see what happens. All right. This is the July 27th, 2021. I mean, if you look at the tops here, wow. Okay, we need to undo that. All right. Different colored bands. I mean, I don't know what I have no expectations. It's going to be interesting regardless to see what happens here. Okay, so. Oh wow, that's fascinating. There's no smell. There is barely a faint trace of smell. This smells like coffee. This smells like a bag that had coffee in it a year ago. There is no smell. That floors me. Everything here is going to floor me, just to let you know. Everything here is going to be amazing, just to let you know, because you've watched my videos and you know how this is going to go. Wow, that's fascinating. There is no smell. The beans, I don't think this will affect anything. 2021, 2022. This is the 2022, the November one. This is the July 2021 one. I don't notice any significant difference in color, but even fresh out of the bag, there is no smell coming from these beans. Smell here, smells like coffee, smells like roasted coffee, medium roast. There is no smell whatsoever. This excites me. All right, so I'm gonna, 2022 November, back in the bag. 2021 July, back in the bag. All right. We've got something here. All right, that's great. How's our heats getting there? They're gonna get the same amount of water, the same amount of everything. 11 grams of coffee to 200 grams of water. And yes, I have a cheat sheet sitting over there because every time I have forgotten it, and I don't want to forget it this time, because especially now, because this is exciting. This is exciting. All right, let's get these nice and washed out a little bit here. Thank you, Anna. All right, let's blitz up. Now, here's another variable. Because I'm doing it in one could almost affect the other. So maybe I should do the one without any smell in it first. The one that's presumably a little weaker. Okay, so I need 11 grams. 10. Oop. Bean escaping! That's 12. We'll do... All right, this 10.9. I'm pedantic as hell. All right, 11, not 10. What, am I breathing too heavy? What is going on, scale? Okay. All right, so we are going to do this. I'm going to blitz this up. We can see how quickly it goes too. All right, excellent. That didn't take very long at all. Okay. Paper filter in. I'm going to put the coffee in here. We're going to blitz up the second batch of coffee, and then we're going to try to do them as back-to-back with a little bit of a washout as quickly as we can, because like I said, I want to give all this a fair shake, because it should smell more. The coffee smells back because everything got ground up and gases were released. But because this sat on the shelf for so long, the gases that were in the coffee, done. The gases that were in the coffee originally, most of it have escaped. And they've escaped through this little hole, because that's what the little hole's for. Once you're done roasting, you fill the bag up, you seal it up, gases are still escaping. Without that little hole, these bags would burst. Because they're filled, and then all the air is pushed out of them, and they're sealed. And there's not a whole heck of a lot of room. You think there's a lot of room. There's not a lot of room in these bags, and there's enough gas that's released by those coffee beans that potentially it could burst the bag. So let's put that in there. I didn't expect it to be that dramatic. That is absolutely dramatic. Shake you out. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a shake. Get the loose coffee out. There we go. Be surprised how much it holds. All right. We'll measure out 11 grams here. Wow. All right. So this is the November 2022. Let's get our 11 grams going. 7. More beans are escaping. You guys, come on. You're embarrassing me. Okay, I'll have to chase after that one. So I'm going to try to give it as much of a fair shake. I'm going to take a bean out of this. 11.3, because it was 10.9. One bean. Okay, 11.1. I think that's an okay. Oh dear. Okay, well, there you go. I think that's an acceptable margin for this. So, again, take my word for it. You might as well. Okay, blitz this up. Okay, I don't feel like there was a significant difference in grinding. This one popcorned a little bit more, but that's just the law of averages. Sometimes it popcorns, sometimes it doesn't. That has nothing to do with, necessarily the quality or the age of the coffee. It's just that sometimes randomly two collide and one goes shooting out. It's space, So, okay, so this is set. This is going to be my cup for my 2021, July 2021. Let's get this on here. We will get... There is no blooming for this, so it will just go, water will just go straight in. We're going to put 200 grams in. $100, 43, 202 grams. Excellent. Move it off of the scale. Plunger in to stop it. Don't push down too hard. Just make sure there's a seal that's created. And we'll sit on that. We'll make that a 2-minute. Since I took it off the scale, we'll make it a 2-minute, and I will try to do the same thing with the 2022 one. Boy, they're just so dramatic. It's crazy how dramatic it is. I would never have thought. At about the 1.5-minute mark, I'll give it a little swirl. We'll wait another 30 seconds. Make sure all of the stuff that's kind of set it on the top goes down to the bottom, and then we'll press it all out. We'll set it aside, let it cool down. We'll get the other one started, and we'll taste. Give her a little swirl here. We don't want to create a vortex so much as we just want to disrupt the top. Let everything sink. And then we will push through. In about 10 seconds. And then we'll pour it into this nice little cup. I'm so excited I found those. These are great. 2 minutes. One hand. Not too much pressure. Push it through. If you do put too much pressure on this, it'll start coming out the sides and down the side of your cup. Keep pushing. Keep pushing just a little bit more. All right, and now we're going to back up. Create a little suction so that no coffee will fall out, or barely any coffee will fall out. I'll take the bottom off here. Look at all that nice sections created that kept the paper filter on. Now we can just go in here and we can go poop. And there's all the coffee, all gone. And then I'll rinse this out. Get a nice rinse. We'll do the same with our newer coffee. Filter. Yes, there are many variables here at play. Many. But to go through and to account for them all, it is impossible because I'm a human being and that's how it works. So here we go. We're dumping the coffee in, making sure that I've got 11 grams of coffee. Perfect. I need to stop you. I need you to zero out. All right. 11 grams of coffee. Perfect. That one was 10.9. That's fine. All right. Here comes the water. And again, I'm going to tear it off here. Looking for 200 grams of water again. Oop. Looks like I'm going to the bathroom. Oop. 207. Okay. 207. It's as close as we're going to get. And then I will put the stopper on. Move this over here. Start our timer. We'll give it 2 minutes. Then I'm going to pour this, or some of this, into our little glass here. I'm going to take a look at the color. I should have tore off a piece of paper towel. I did not. All right. Ooh, that's an odd smell. Wait a minute. Oh. Oh no. Wow. I was just making sure that it wasn't the glass that I poured it in. Because these are fine. I washed these out. Oh. That's not pleasant. That's not pleasant at all. And it smells the same that's over here. Like I said, it's not the glass. Ooh. It's disturbing. Okay. How very, very, very strange. Okay. It's medium roast-ish. Give it a fair shake. Speaking of fair shake, swirl. Swirl for me, would you? There we go. A little swirl. There we go. 45 seconds, or 15 seconds. It's 1:45. Yeah, one of those two numbers. All right, almost there. All right, 2 minutes. Nice even. No need to push too hard. I will say though, a lot more resistance on this one for some reason. Did not expect that. Roll back. Shake. Put her down. Okay. Let's see how this does. All right, November of 2022, July of 2021. I mean, not much of a visual difference. They look about the same. So let's do the one that I thought smelled weaker first. So this is the 2021. It almost tastes like nothing. I mean, coffee's there, but it really, I should have, cleanser. Yeah, I don't know. It's bitter, it's bland, there's nothing to it. I don't know, it's almost like an instant coffee. It tastes so bad. All right, let's try this one. Smells better. I mean, it's way more complex. Let's do this. Let's do this. There's still coffee in these other ones. This one's the 2021 one. I want to make sure I get a fair shake just in case something happened when I poured it into those glasses. This is the 2021 July. Yeah. Very little coffee. Very bitter. Not pleasant. All right. All right, Anna. Show me what you got in 2022. Wait. I mean, it just smells better. It smells like coffee. Yeah. I would not. I mean, you should. I guess. I was about to say I wouldn't recommend, but maybe if this is the level that you feel like you've attained, go on a scavenger hunt, find two, either, if it's not from the same roaster, two of the same batches, like a Colombian medium roast. Find two Colombian medium roasts, get them like dates apart, and taste them. Do this experiment yourself, because this is something you can do at home if you feel like you need to understand why freshness is important. And it is very important, because this tastes good. I do get chocolate. You're always going to get chocolate with a medium roast. It has a wonderful texture to it. It is creamy. I don't get butterscotch. I sure as hell don't get any mint. I mean, what is a fine trace of mint? Someone took a mint, wiped it on your pillow, and was like, "There's a mint on your pillow." Well, where's the mint? It's a fine trace of mint. How the hell? Okay. Thank you, weirdo. Get out of my room. But this is stark. I mean, that is, I mean, there is a coffee taste, but with the extremes that we have in coffee, bitterness, acidity, notes, darkness, that kind of thing. This tastes like nothing. The 2021 that has been sitting there all of this time, it's about to have a second birthday. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if those other ones are still there when July comes around, and I want to see what happens. But there's nothing. This is horrible. I am amazed. This has amazed me. From when I opened the bag up and smelled barely anything, and then smelled so much in this, to this, the experience is absolutely mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. And I mean, I guess you can't really see at the bottom of this cup. I mean, it looks very weak. I guess you can see here, but in here, I mean, the difference doesn't really shine. But yeah, it just tastes like hot water. The more I drink this, the more I drink the more recently roasted coffee, this tastes like hot water. And I'm doing one without and the other without the palate cleanse this time, and I'm aware of that. Yeah, sorry about the slurping. I watch people test coffee, and it's like, and it's like, I get it, but I don't want that. Thank you. Yeah, it's so stark. It's mind-boggling. Go out and try this. Seek this out. Try this. If you have a nice grinder, put it at a medium fine setting. If you have a nice grinder, you know what that is. Here, medium's 20, fairly fine is 10. Put it at a 15. And they're probably all notched in a similar way. Yeah, do this. The difference is mind-blowing. And you may never go back to something that you can't find a roasted on date. You might not. The difference is that stark. It is just that much of a difference. Complex, has notes, no mint, but chocolate definitely. And this, tasted right after it. I will cleanse for this one. This tastes like water. This tastes like hot water. I mean, I don't know if that means my understanding of this has changed, or if it's just so stark that even I can taste the difference. I mean, there's no bias other than knowing what the dates are. There is no bias here. It is the same coffee, same roaster, same roast, same method. Just the dates are almost 2 years apart. I mean, this one is 2 years, almost. This one, November. So not that long, would still be considered fine. This, that they left that there and they haven't been checking dates, I would call that unacceptable if I were the person running the store. But then again, I don't know circumstances. I don't know staff. I don't know that kind of a thing. I'm just talking about what I would do if I had a store. I would certainly make sure that things are within a certain date before putting them on, before leaving them on the shelf. And coffee is just one of those things. The only people that are going to pick, I almost said the only people that are going to pick these up are people that really want good coffee, and that's just not true. They may see a bag, they may see a familiar word, they may like White Stars, and they pick the bag up and they take it home and they grind it on whatever setting they feel comfortable and they just drink it. And hey, it's coffee, great. But this, doing it like this really puts into perspective the need, at least for me, for a freshness, for a consistent freshness. And 2 years of coffee sitting on the shelf, my mind is blown. This is mind-blowing and fun. And I'm so glad I was able to go back and find exactly what I was looking for, and be able to sit here and test this and discover for myself the actual differences. And I would challenge you to do the same thing. And then if you get a chance, let me know. Let me know if you had the same experience. If you didn't, if it all tastes the same, all valid, because it's how you like to do this specific thing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This was a wonderful, fun experiment. I would hope that I would go into a specialty shop and never see this. And the fact that it was still there after I'd already been in there like 4 or 5 times and saw the dates while they were restocking the other coffee. They weren't pulling this off. I don't know why they weren't taking this off the shelf and getting rid of it and then replacing it with something else. It blows my mind. I mean, it would be very interesting to know why. Because I mean, even if it's like this old, that's not terrible. That's still something somebody would go through. But even a normal shopper would look at that down there and be like, oh, that seems like a long time. Which is what I did. I'm like, oh wow, that's forever ago. So try that. See what you think. Let me know. And I will tell you I thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.